Guys, hello. It's the 10th episode of Suit Yourself, a Menswear podcast, and we have a new setup.
Yeah, quite nice, right?
Yeah, exactly. And our partner today is Skoaksebolaget, a company that sells mostly shoes because Skoaksebolaget is just a shoe limited in Swedish. And we have their very pretty buttoned Enzo Bonafé boots.
Yeah, quite a beautiful one and quite some craftsmanship work to make
Exactly.
this kind of shoes.
Handmade shoes, and yeah, we have some snacks. Hopefully, this setup will be better. I really hope that you guys will see us and our outfits much better. But let us introduce to you again. It's our 10th episode, but maybe you don't know us yet. So, with me is.
Jardin.
And it's me, Michal. And this episode will be actually, I will look in my phone because I have some key points to discuss. It will be just about the essentials. Actually, this episode should be our first episode, but we decided to do it in the 10th episode. So it's the essentials of classic menswear fashion.
Yeah.
So how to build your wardrobe, how to start building your wardrobe.
Yeah, I would say it's quite important episode, but we just like to improvise, so that's why it took us 10 episodes to get there. Should
Yeah.
we run through the usual beginning?
Yeah,
the...
exactly. Positives and negatives. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can start.
All right. I mean, a lot of things are happening these days in my life. I went to Georgia. I think I mentioned this trip wasn't coming. It was very short, very intense.
Yeah, just one picture from
Yeah,
the place.
exactly. Spent more time in the plane than actually there, but interesting. Quite warmer, I would say, than here. But
Yeah,
interesting
we
place.
have gray weather and it's pretty warm, but it's just boring.
Yeah, it is. It is. No, but I mean, I cannot say that I really saw Georgia in such a short amount of time, but it was nice.
But where have you been in Tbilisi?
Yeah, exactly. I always struggled to to pronounce it, and I was scared that they would tell me, "Where are you going?" You know, at the border, and I'm like, "Well, give me a second," and that I would look suspicious just because I don't know where I'm going.
to the capital city.
Yeah, exactly, to capital of Georgia, which is
Tbilisi.
something with a T.
Tbilisi.
Yeah,
I think
but,
French is harder to pronounce than Tbilisi.
Probably. No, but then it was nice, nice trip, intense, but it was a pleasure to meet my family. And on the wrong aspect, it's been some a bit rough days, I would say, in the past days, weeks. So always struggle to maintain, I would say, a good
Balance.
spirit, yeah, and balance, especially with work. A lot of work these days. So yeah, a bit difficult, I would
Because
say.
you are working with very like important matters.
Yeah.
Menswear.
Exactly. I'm changing the word every day. I mean, no, I'm not changing the word, but I believe that, I mean, for me, it's important to do meaningful things, and everything that I'm doing should be meaningful one way or another. So, yeah, of course, I'm working with menswear these days mainly, and I put a bit on the side my more artistic career, let's say. But it's just, it's some plans are still on the run for this, so it's all right. But even when I'm going to work, working at Blue Giallo, I believe that I'm still doing something meaningful because I'm working a lot with the people, especially for wedding customers these days. And you might think, all right,
the season is coming.
exactly. And you might think, all right, those are just people that are not so much in menswear. It's just
Mostly not.
no, exactly. But actually, I find that quite meaningful in the sense that this is one of the most important days in their life. And they count on you to advise them good, for them to feel good in what
But
they
you know,
what they
like a
wear.
lot of people when they are getting married, they are going for like tuxedos, like fancy suits. In Warsaw, I come from Warsaw, and we have this like new man stores,
Yeah.
and they have those fancy like from almost like from India outfits.
Okay.
And like, what are you gonna do with
Like very
this?
shiny.
Yeah,
stuff,
exactly.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you know, this like Kim Jong Un buttoning.
Okay. Well, they're bold, I would say. But I thought, are they the same people that were making fun of you because you dress up and not they're dressing up like that for their wedding?
It's just like they look like clowns
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
And why even? You're not gonna use it again.
yeah,
Even
yeah.
tuxedo, you can use the tuxedo. I had a tuxedo on my like yeah because like I'm divorced, so I had a wedding
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
wore a tuxedo.
I think so. That's nice.
Mm.
Some clients are actually go for all that, and I think
Yeah.
it's very nice idea.
But like, are you recommending them regular just navy suits?
I mean, most of them, when they are not really into fashion, for me, what is important is that they can wear the clothes and not only for the day.
Hmm.
So what is important is it's an investment
Exactly.
for them. It's some money.
Exactly.
So I'm always thinking, all right, let's make something for the event, but let's make something as well that you will be able to wear on the long
They
run.
can be even buried in those black Oxfords.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's the goal. So
Mm.
you're making well, not to bury them, of course,
Not yet.
but yeah, exactly. But at least that they are wearing something they feel good in,
Mm.
and also that is beyond the trends, you know. So
Classic.
we're exactly classic menswear that's going to
Mm.
last for the long run, and they're going to feel good in it. And it's always the same thing I'm telling them. You will look at the pictures in 10 years, and you won't think, "Wow, it was that trend." No, you will
Exactly.
think, "Oh,
Mm.
I just look good." And
Mm.
then they don't see the picture anymore, or they don't see the outfit, they just see themselves,
Yeah, you
which
can
is
you
what you
can't even
want.
say what year it was because it was
Exactly.
just something that it's not getting old.
Yeah, exactly. So
Mm.
it's another way. I mean, there's something that is a bit cute in some way when you look at old pictures and you're like, wow, we were wearing this, you know. So there's something
Mm.
interesting about this. But I mean, for a wedding, might be just nice to just look at, okay, it's me and my wife, and it's not me in this ridiculous suit with my wife, you know. So yeah, I think it's quite important in a certain way. We add something that's gonna be meaningful for their whole life. So yeah,
Mm.
yeah, I would believe there's something meaningful behind this. Yeah. So that's my good and bad of the last week. What about you?
Mhm. I don't know, like not so much happened actually. I think I was working a lot of with my content.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I found this studio.
that's great.
That's actually positive because we don't need to like move the
Yeah,
sofa in my
I
apartment.
thought it was already quite nice in your apartment,
Yeah,
but
it was, but I mean, we have a lot more space. We have
yeah,
two sofas, and they
yeah.
are also green.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking about it. Is that on purpose? Yeah, this is our artistic direction, guys. We on
Green
purpose have
sofas,
always green
green
sofas, just
sofas.
so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, but I hope that this setup will be better. I just bought those lights, so it's the first time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very cool, and we can actually look at ourselves when we talk as
yeah,
well.
exactly. We have also food. We have some drinks, beautiful shoes. Yeah, would you buy them?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about with Sarah off record. I mean, they are beautiful, but so these days they are remaking a French classic called Comte de Monte Cristo, and it's it was quite some years behind us. And I was saying this is typically the kind of shoes that they would be
Mm.
wearing
Yeah,
in
a
a
little
few
bit of
hundred years ago.
cosplay.
Exactly, that's a
There
bit my
there is
opinion.
a store in Stockholm.
Yeah, second hand or old school.
No, yeah, it's not secondhand,
It's not
but
second
they
hand. Yeah,
they
yeah.
they they actually dress like in 30s, in
Yeah,
40s.
I've seen that.
Hmm.
Where I used to work in Bor, one of the craftsmen or craftswomen there is friend with them,
Hmm.
and she likes to wear sometimes things that are coming from this area of time.
Hmm.
But she has a way of wearing them that doesn't feel so old school, I would
Hmm.
say. But I would say that women also are way more free in their styling.
Exactly.
They won't look like cosplay. They are they will just look like they are a bit more trendy
Oh, they
in a
are
certain
some
way.
girls that can look like cosplay. If you
They do it
browse
on
my
purpose then.
Instagram profile, there I interviewed one Ukrainian
Yeah,
girl,
yeah, yeah.
pinup, and I don't know if I can call her pinup girl or
Okay,
something like that.
okay.
No, she just like to dress those vintage clothes.
Yeah, but yeah,
It
I mean,
looks
it's part of
interesting,
her
yeah.
identity
But it
then,
is
I
a
guess.
bit of cosplay. But
It
with
is.
to those shoes, even you can buy like thing that opens it.
Yeah, exactly. But because you're not really supposed to open them with your hand, it's too
Yeah,
rough. So you
yeah,
are supposed. Although this leather is quite fine, so
yeah.
it
It's
would be
sweet.
possible.
I would
But
wear them, but
difficult.
it's not my first choice. I think they are pretty dressy as well because like they're
Yeah.
Balmora Oxfords,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they
not
would be very
Oxford.
nice with some kind of you are going to the opera and you are wearing this kind of, like long jacket and almost
Like
white tie.
white pants, high rise,
Exactly, exactly.
like
That would be
power
super cool,
suit. Hmm?
but
Interesting.
still a bit of cosplay, I must
Yeah.
say.
But let's get back to our subject.
Yeah.
Building a classic wardrobe, essentials every man needs. So how it was with you? How you started?
I
You told
remember,
the history in our first episode.
yeah, I mentioned a bit,
Hmm?
yeah, where how I went to Menswear and how I got. I would say that it's also mainly my eye, the aesthetic that they developed through film,
Hmm.
and I
But
was in
what
love.
was your first garments that you bought?
I mean, it's difficult to. I mean, I mentioned this story, and I would say that's probably accurate to answer the question. And it was my Zara suit.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was a
yeah.
beige
You mentioned
suit. Yeah,
beige,
yeah, exactly.
very classic.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And wearing that, going at the university with this, and like everyone was looking at me like, why?
Try
But
try hard.
yeah, exactly. But just but I didn't do that like on the first day. It was just in the middle of the year, so it was just spontaneous from me. And I think that people were just like, all right, he's just an extravagant guy. And since I had confidence in me, they were just like, oh well, there's
Yeah,
something cool
so
about it.
they called you this guy. And
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
guys, when you build your wardrobe, you don't want to be called this
This guy.
guy.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I don't know because I was pretty laid back the rest of the year. It's just that sometimes I was going for something quite extra. I was testing, and I think that's what good about it is that you test the limit. You're a bit like a kid, when you are starting with this. So you try things, you like they look very good, and I was more into classical menswear. What I'm wearing today is quite classical. This is something that I always liked.
Is it a flannel suit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
charcoal
Yeah,
flannel
flannel
suit,
100. It's extremely fluid and very
double-breasted.
beautiful. Yeah.
Mm.
This is something that I quite like per default, I would say, classical menswear. But I am the same guy that can come one day with a full technical outfit and look like a Dame Ninja from the Tokyo suburbs. I like to experiment. I like to feel free about what I'm wearing, and it's all about this at the end of the day. It's about how
So
comfortable
you
you are.
started with the Zara suit, but
Yeah,
so
came a long way.
yeah, okay, but why is it even important to build your wardrobe in a smart way? I think
Yeah,
it's so important because you want to have garments that you can wear on every occasion,
yeah,
that
yeah,
you are prepared. Even if you're invited on a black tie event, you're
yeah.
prepared. You don't need to have a tuxedo. You can also have just an
Midnight blue.
midnight blue
Yeah,
suit.
absolutely. No, but that's the thing. I would say that the safe and the most reasonable way when you grow a wardrobe is to buy things that you know that you will be able to wear on the long run. But the reality of this, and I think it's a bit more tricky, is that usually when you're into menswear, you have a passion for it. So you won't try things that are out of the box. So you want to try shoes that are difficult to wear.
Yeah, and I started like I think my second or third pair of shoes were Holcat Oxfords, hand painted,
Yeah.
red,
Oh, well,
guys, red.
exactly. So well, let's talk about shoes. I mean, you want to wear stuff that are a bit special, because you dream about those special stuff, and you think,
They looked good on my shelf.
yeah, exactly. That's the problem. They look very beautiful, but I'm pretty sure that it's like this. So you bought them too soon,
Exactly.
you sell them,
Mm.
and then you regret it.
Yeah, I sold them and I really regretted because
Exactly. Typical.
when I bought them, it was very cheap to just buy them,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and hand painted by a guy that actually he stopped painting shoes.
Oh, so they are collector.
Yeah, so some guy bought it for 1,500 crowns on Tradera. Yeah,
Yeah, that's almost
yeah, but
nothing.
buying those freaking red shoes, and I bought those shoes. I had like I had a tuxedo in my wardrobe, and
Yeah.
like they were like almost opera pumps because it was pretty fake from
Okay.
Suit Supply,
Uh-huh.
not the real ones. Um, and I still thought that I don't have anything to wear.
Yeah.
I was just standing in front of my closet, and why do I have those red shoes?
Yeah,
I would like to have like
that's very accurate.
I didn't even have loafers, and now I just wear loafers all the time. I even have loafers right now, black, black. Imagine,
That's
like
super
10 years,
accurate.
10
Yeah.
years ago, I had everything in brown, and
Yeah.
now I'm like black loafers are my favorite.
I mean, so what you mentioned is actually super accurate. First of all, we want to go for things that are a bit extravagant, you know, the X factor, like we call it. So something that is out of the box, but I don't know, it transports you somewhere. You want to get that, so you get it. But the problem is you can almost not wear it, or super rarely. So that's the first point. So, of course, it would be better to buy something that you know that you will wear on the long run. But when you are younger, you want things quickly. So you want to go to the end goal quicker. So you're like, okay, the crazy stuff, I will get them because then I will have them. But that's perfectly normal because it's a emotion that it brings to you.
You know why I can tell that a lot of people that are starting with menswear,
Hmm.
they overdo it.
Yeah, yeah,
They, those dandies, those mustaches,
yeah,
like Salvador Dali,
yeah. And that's why you are getting to
goatees.
back to black.
Exactly.
Not to paraphrase the
Amy
Amy
Winehouse.
Winehouse.
I watched a documentary on YouTube
Ah,
today about Amy.
yeah, yeah, I've heard about it.
You know that she just recorded two actually albums.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. And
sad
her life
history.
was quite crazy and sad at the end of the day.
And short, yeah. But
Yeah,
going back, like I mean, how can you start even?
yeah,
Because when you're in t-shirts and in jeans and in Converse shoes, and then you want to go in a suit, people will just call you this guy. So how you
yeah.
start? You know what? How I
Me,
would start with trousers.
yeah, I mean that's a very good point. I would say that of course it's a matter of fabric. I would say let's go back to the fabric as a starter, and I would say that wool go for 100% wool because blends are more luxurious, but blends are also more specific for a season or for a time, and they will also bring things that, for example. I mean, it's sharper to wear wool because it's gonna keep the crease longer and so on.
Yeah,
So
but
if you
you
go
you can
for
have also seasonal wool like tropic wool or flannel. It's also
absolutely,
wool.
exactly. So the wool is versatile enough. So first of all, I would go for something that is quite universal in certain ways. So go for wool, 100% wool as a starter, and then when it comes to colors, I would say go for something that you know you will be able to wear. People come to me sometimes and they are like, even for weddings, they're like, I don't know if I should go for a midnight blue because maybe it's a bit boring. And they want to go for black.
Oh
You know,
Jesus!
black is boring for a suit. No, midnight blue
Like
is
I mean, you
perfectly all
can
right.
have linen double-breasted black suit, but it's
Exactly.
something that they will never wear.
Exactly. So that's always what I say. If you want to go black, go for something very special. Go for a fabric that is super special. Go for something that's going to be casual because then it's super nice to
But you
wear
know
black.
what? My advice would be order a suit with brown navy suit, but without navy buttons,
Yeah, all right.
because
All right.
then you can wear the jacket
Mm,
with
mm.
some other trousers.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Because when the jacket has the same color of buttons, it comes from a suit.
Exactly. It's almost impossible to break down a suit that is much more meant to be worn like a suit than to be breaking down. And I would say that if you're wearing, and we can go into weave technique, so the twill, for example, I would say is mainly meant to be worn as a full suit. So if you are wearing certain type of weave with the wool, it's not going to work so much if you try to, for versatility, let's say. But if you take different type of weave technique, something that is a bit more textured,
But you mean
you will,
worsted wool or more like a wool
yeah.
with visible, uh, jeez,
So worsted wool has a bit more texture. So already we are going a bit toward flannels and so on. So easier to because there's more texture. So it's easier. For example, you are wearing, you have a full suit in flannel. Flannel is a super nice entry point to actually have a suit and menswear garment because you can break it down. It's
you,
easier
you
to break
you
down.
know what? With flannel, it's also easier just to fit your body.
Yeah, yeah.
because I, for example, ordered once a bespoke cotton suit.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, to fit cotton to my body, it's not so easy. And flannel, it's
Mm.
just leaning on my body.
It drapes super
Yeah,
nicely. So that's where,
more heavier
yeah.
fabrics for
But
winter, of course.
that's exactly why I suggested that starting with wool, and flannel is of course wool, is a better entrance point, because if you start with linen, if you start with cotton, then you are
It's
venturing into
seasonal.
something different. Exactly, it's seasonal. It's very specific. I mean, of course, when you are really a newbie and when you start, go with chinos, go with this kind of trousers. You
Cotton
know,
trousers,
cotton
like in
trouser.
khaki, even
Exactly.
navy, even the white.
It's a nice way to enter there and to realize, okay, I like this, I like the higher rise, I like the pleatings, I like all those little details, for example.
But going back with suits, like I will recommend the navy suit because it's a
Definitely.
must. Black shoes like Oxfords or maybe loafers even.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you're invited on a wedding, you can wear black loafers and
Yeah,
they fit. Look at all the videos of Michael Jackson. He
that's
wore
true.
GH Bass loafers with jeans and white
Yeah,
socks.
yeah, yeah, exactly. No,
And
but I mean, it's super temporal. Especially you feel comfortable in those, and it's super important. I would say that when you start your journey into garments, try to find things that are comfortable, because that's anyhow where you're gonna land at the very end of your day and of your journey. You're gonna reach out for comfort all the time. So find things that you're comfortable in, and not only comfortable visually by looking at yourself, but also comfortable on a daily basis. That you feel comfortable wearing because it's nice on your skin, because it's breathable, because you are not
so
suffocating,
just good
etc.
quality.
Yeah, yeah,
No, like different color stitching.
yeah,
No
exactly.
things
No
like
crazy
that. No
stuff.
crazy stuff because it's not crazy. It's just tacky.
Exactly.
Just
And I would say what is also interesting and important for when you are starting on this is take care of your garments. Learn how to take care of them. If you have
like,
shoes, learn how to polish them.
yeah, we will talk about shoes.
Yeah, I mean it's part of the journey. Taking care of your garment when you are wearing your suit, hang it
Hang it on a
on the nice
thick
hanger.
hanger.
Yeah, exactly. Thick hanger, so it keeps the shoulder. Just let it breathe, and then put it in nice place in your wardrobe, and that is not to squeeze and
And
so on.
guys,
Important.
even like steaming the garments,
Yeah,
it takes off the like the smell or like creases as well,
exactly.
bacteria. You don't need to wash your suits like every month.
No,
Actually, I
no.
think I dry clean my suits maybe once a year
Yeah, yeah,
if I need that.
yeah, exactly.
But with the
With a
navy,
nice rotation also.
but with the navy suit, I would also add a navy blazer and
Mm,
some
mm.
words about the blazer because people think that blazer is just like a jacket,
Yeah,
just like a off color jacket. But blazer is a jacket with metal
yeah. Metal
buttons.
buttons. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
because it comes from RS Blazer, a
Yeah,
ship, royal ship, I
exactly.
think British, and they those sea, not sea,
That's
because I wanted to say seaman, but actually
ah, ah.
just
The
sailors.
sailors. Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
like direct translation from Swedish to English, it's
Okay.
sjöman, it's seaman, but
All
no,
right.
come on, guys, it's not seaman.
But so yeah,
Yeah, and they had
it's a
those metal.
military
Exactly.
grading, I believe.
So it's a double-breasted navy
Yeah,
jacket with metal
yeah,
buttons, and it fits with chinos. It fits
absolutely.
with, for example, like men's uniform. Guys, men's uniform. It's a navy blazer and gray
Yeah,
trousers. You
yeah,
have dark gray trousers, and
yeah,
actually this is also my recommendation. Gray trousers.
yeah,
That's something that you can wear with everything.
yeah, absolutely. I
Even
mean,
black shoes, brown shoes, red
especially
shoes.
flannel, I would say gray flannel that is not too dark. I wear mine all the time. It goes
Yeah,
with everything.
but it can be something like all seasons, like wool, maybe that it's capable to make
Yeah,
make
absolutely.
make you cool in the summer and give you a bit of warm in the winter.
Yeah,
There are not so many all season fabrics, but guys, if you have like a low budget, you can make it all
yeah.
season.
And I would say go for something that doesn't something simple. So again, something maybe that has a bit of texture in the color. So it's not a
Shark skin.
yeah, for example, but exactly something that is plain weaved. So something that is not too busy. Something that will go with pretty much everything. And again, find comfort. What is nice also when you start. And that's what I did also when I start. So I accumulated a few trousers. And I was always thinking, okay, this one fits nice, but this one, I have this problem. Bring your trousers to the tailor. Bring your clothes to the tailor.
Yeah, but also a tip from me: uh, don't make it too slim,
Oh, yeah.
because with your like with your age, you will just need to go to the tailor and make them wider.
Yeah, exactly. So we tend, you and I, to live in a certain bubble where we see a lot of high rise on the trousers and a lot of space in the in the legs, and we think, all right, that's
That's
this is
how
the
it
way
should.
to
Yeah.
that's the way it should be, and this is true. This is the way it should be, but the reality of most people is something that is way closer to the body.
And you guys, the fabric doesn't look good even if it's so close to the body, because you can see all those creases,
Exactly. So if you want something
wrinkles.
that drapes nicely, but also that's going to be on the long run and that is comfortable, give it some space. And to give it some space, you need the higher rise. So you higher the rise, it's going to sit nicely on your hips.
Oh,
You're going to be able to open a bit your legs.
on your belly button, on your
Exactly.
natural, on the natural place that you actually should have
Exactly.
trousers. And you know, I got a lot of comments that I look shorter with in high waist pants, and it's not
No,
logical,
no,
because
exactly.
when my legs
It's stupid.
are, yeah, it's the opposite.
No, it's the other way around. But I mean, it's that's the problem with our time. I would say there are some. For me, aesthetics comes with some rules, and people think it's only a matter of emotion. No, there are rules behind why something looks good and looks nice.
But also, pants should like divide your body in
Exactly.
half.
And I was going there. That's the thing. There must be some balance. And the fact that higher rise and, for example, longer length of a jacket looks good, it's because it respects certain rules, mathematical rules, and because it looks good to the eye. That's why it
And
looks good.
why we think that women are so beautiful? Because they have longer legs.
Yeah.
And we guys, we have shorter legs. I actually have pretty long legs for my for my silhouette. But guys, if you have short legs and you wear low rise pants, you just look like
Yeah, but
don't let me go there even.
I mean, just man, if you are crouching on on the ground, and if we can see your butt, there's a problem. Just you should acknowledge that
Yeah,
by default,
exactly,
and it's
exactly.
too much often the case.
Yeah, but like going back, like talking about the subject, with the essentials. And how about shirts? I would just add white shirt, because you know,
Yeah,
guys are wearing those black shirts with black suits. And you know, guys, why we are wearing white shirts, light shirts? Because they should make your
the
face
separation.
more visible.
Exactly. It makes separation with your garment, and actually, that's a fair point because a lot of people are saying, talking about color of the garment, they're like, ah, I'm not sure it complements nicely my skin. Of course, to a certain extent, some color will be very wrong with your skin tone, but I would say that it's really secondary because if you have some neutral color on your shirt,
Shirt.
for example, it's going to separate your garment from you. So then it's not so much important to talk about those kind of things. And this is one point. And the second is about the shirt that you were mentioning. I would avoid poplin. I think poplin is too crisp. Wrinkles can be oftentimes of poor quality. And if you want to, even if you don't have so much money to invest, I would say that twill again is the way to go. It's the easiest way.
And
Will pair with everything.
Oxford also for casual purpose.
Oxford for casual. You can go piqué as well. And there's of course, if you want to have this in between and a bit of texture, Royal Oxford is very nice.
You know what I love for summer? I like the Zephyr cotton.
Oh,
It's so
yeah.
breathable. You don't need to wear linen if you
It's very
don't like.
beautiful. Yeah.
Because, you know, linen is so casual. People hate linen because it creases.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's the character of linen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even like my Western
True.
shirts
I agree.
in linen, people like, okay, they don't want to buy linen. But like,
Ah,
guys,
it's a
it can
shame.
be creased. You don't need to iron it all the time.
But that's the thing. So when you start venturing also into the fabric itself, it's a really fascinating word, and you will see that, for example, there's Solbiati, which is a mills in Italy, that are, I think they belong to Loro Piana, and they are making this eye twisted linen. So eye twisting, it means that you are twisting the thread in which you are making your fabric.
Yeah, it makes it more like a car suspension.
Exactly,
That it's
exactly. So
more.
yeah, because there's more tension in the thread, it gives new
So
properties
it goes
actually.
back to the regular
Exactly,
form.
will wrinkle less. It will be also more breathable. And so, a good example in the wool fabric is the Traveler fabric from Loro Piana. But the one that most people know is the Fresco from
Yeah,
Ardemini in England. Fresco is an
I
excellent
had a
fabric,
one
eye
pair of
twisted wool.
trousers. You don't need to iron them.
No, exactly. They are fantastic. So
The
good and transparent
disadvantage,
as
the
well.
disadvantage that you need to watch out what underwear you're wearing.
Nah, yeah, because it since it's very breathable, it tends to be a bit see-through. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not really see-through. It's see-through if there's so much difference in between
exactly.
the colors, I would say. But yeah, to get back to Solbiati, and I'm giving you guys the appetite to know more about the fabrics and so on. So they have made a process to eye twist the linen, and you end up with a linen that is, I mean, that has a touch that you would never feel anyhow with another linen. So it's way more dense, wrinkles less.
More sensitive in touch,
Yeah, it's very luxurious in the touch.
smooth.
Yeah,
But is it more expensive?
it is quite very expensive.
Okay.
I would say that
Yeah, but
it's
okay,
three times the price of
okay,
a
but
normal linen.
like you wear linen because you love the creases. So what's the point of linen like that?
But because it will still wrinkle a bit, but it's like you were asking me what's the point of wearing a blend of silk, linen, and wool? Because there's something else.
Because you can.
Exactly, because you can. And when you can, you will feel something about it. I mean, it might feel a bit cliche and a bit abstract for you guys if you have never worn this kind of fabric to tell you how it feels different. Because you heard so many times someone telling you how it feels different, so you don't know what it means. But trust me, I don't know why you would trust me, but you should. If you wear those specific fabric and if you wear them in the right way, if you wear them made in a nice garment and something that suits you well, you will feel something special. You will feel something different. And I've been wearing a lot of not so good clothing in my life. I wore some Zara suit that we mentioned before.
Polyester?
Exactly. And then one day you, on your journey, you encounter those fabrics and you have the opportunity to wear one like this or something that is very well made. And then you feel, all right, this is the way it should feel when you wear garments. It shouldn't feel restrictive. It shouldn't feel unbreathing, or it shouldn't feel so, I don't know, so bad at the end of the day. But you can only realize it feels bad once you have felt something that feels good. It's like you are never more in a cage than when you think that you are free. You know, if you want to be a bit philosophical about this. So once you have tasted quality, and that goes for everything in life, I would say we are talking about clothing and garments. And sometimes people might feel, oh, we are only talking about a bubble. We are a bit restrictive about what we are talking. I disagree completely with this. What we are talking here can be placed in every part of your life. Food, relationship, people around you, work, everything you invest time in your life should bring you back. And once you have tasted the best thing in life, you understand what it is about.
Yeah, and guys, if you can't afford suits like that, just browse some vintage stores.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We talked about it before, but it's good to remind it. It's not only about the money.
No.
It's about if you don't have so much money to buy it brand new, you will find it in second hand, and you will find excellent quality for second hand, crazy quality actually. So
Yeah,
it's about your investment in time also.
because when I started, I bought some suits or jackets at H&M.
Yeah,
And after a while, I was like, oh no, I can't wear this.
yeah. But I
It
mean,
just looks so bad. It fits so bad.
if you are, and I would say also, not really the case anymore because brands have evolved. But 10 years ago, 15 years ago, even more, in H&M or Zara, it was possible sometimes to find garments that were not so horrible.
Yeah, I know. At Zara
Yeah,
mostly.
at Zara mostly, it was possible to find something that the fabric was quite good actually.
Now at Massimo Dutti.
Yeah, no. I have found, I remember it at Massimo Dutti, I was very surprised though, once I was in Spain and I saw a suit and it was a blend of silk and linen. And I was very surprised that Massimo Dutti can propose this. I mean, it was like some kind of flag garment because, of course, they don't get money from this kind of garment, but it was just to show that they can
Yeah,
do it.
but right now they can be quite expensive even.
Yeah, no, things have changed drastically. I mean, even Sweet Supply was a good entrance point, used to, but now the price have increased
Yeah,
quite
you can choose
drastically.
something else even
Yeah,
in this price range.
yeah, exactly. I would say it's becoming a bit like car. You know, you are some brand new car are super expensive, and you're like, okay, but for this price, what is exciting that I could actually buy in a second hand, so to speak?
Yeah, but new cars are not exciting.
Exactly, they are not exciting. So
If you want to
instead,
have exciting car, new car, then you need to like spend millions.
yeah, exactly. If you want something, it's becoming a bit the same with clothing. If you want something exciting, take the time to go online. I mean, I know, and we mentioned it before, places like Vinted are not so easy anymore to find nice deals, I would say, because people there are just pumping up the price and they are just trying to uh, gain money. They think they are the new wolf of Wall Street and that they will get money out of their dirty thing. A bit a shame, I would say, but it's still possible. Sometimes on Vinted as well, but on eBay, I think in Sweden you also have like
Even
Blocket or
marketplace, you know, on Facebook you have this like
yeah, it's true.
luxurious flea markets.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like
true.
Lux Loppis.
Yeah,
It's luxurious flea market in Sweden. You can buy something secondhand.
yeah,
Sometimes even fakes, but you know, like it's hard to get to know that this is fake.
yeah.
But if we're going back to the main subject, but in case of colors, so what colors would you choose?
The color for your shirt, you mean?
I mean, no, even suits like navy, gray in the beginning.
Yeah, color. Sorry.
Colors, yeah.
I mean, for a shirt, of course, white,
Blue.
light blue,
Exactly.
and
Some denim maybe.
exactly my point.
Denim shirt.
Denims. You have no
More
idea.
casual
Denims.
look.
Yeah, and even denims, denim shirt with the nice suit looks
Formal
super cool.
suit.
Looks
It,
super
it,
cool.
it, it gives this less formal, casual,
Exactly.
great look, and even
Exactly.
the like old denim shirt that is washed.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the whole point. Even if they get worn out on the edges and you have the fabric that starts falling apart,
It
super cool.
it makes a history, like it tells a history. So guys, don't
Exactly.
just change your clothes when they are a bit worn out.
No.
Even King Charles wear his like old suit with some like patches.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But that's a very important point, I would say. That's why you invest in your garment. You feel good in them, but then you wear them. Just wear them, and they're
Yeah.
gonna get. Of course, be careful. It's not about playing football with your
No.
nice suit.
Man,
But I mean, if you destroy them, destroy them.
You know
Go.
that there is a store, they have like 60% polyester and 40% stretch suits.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty close to Suit Supply here
Ah, yeah,
in Sweden.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
jeez. It's
With
li-
those mannequins that are walking
Yeah.
like this.
I had the opportunity to test those clothes,
Okay.
and those pants looked like leggings on me.
Jeez. Not good.
It was bad.
Yeah, I mean, and guys, there's something
Why would you do squats in a suit?
exactly. It reminds me of this guy on Instagram that is to piss people off. I think you sent me this. Is wearing leggings with
Yeah,
some.
this guy. Yeah, I send you the guy that, and all shoes are Oxfords for him. Even loafers, he called it Oxfords,
He's
and
trolling.
I mean it can't be serious.
No, exactly.
They are selling leggings to wear with jackets, and there was I send you this reel, and it was like 5 different outfits for a wedding,
Yeah.
and if some guest would come for my wedding in this, I would just like get away.
Go out. It's.
Get
I
away
mean,
from this place. Go
maybe
out.
maybe I would come then with the leggings just to see your face. Like, what are you doing,
Just like,
Jordan? What are you sick? Or
what happened? Like, why? Why even though? You know,
New style.
there's those
New year, new
gifts
me.
with like a David wears Prada. You know, this look like.
No, but I mean, yeah, it is, and I'm surprised that people are still wearing those because I mean, I remember we had this trend for maybe 15 years with the very
Slim
skinny,
fit. I don't
skinny
know
jeans.
why, because right now, like in menswear, it's like extra wide trousers. Ask
Yeah,
Oki.
yeah, yeah,
His trousers are so wide that actually he can fit his like torso
yeah. I mean,
in one leg.
Ask Oki is an interesting point because this guy is so he's quite a build-up guy. He's
Yeah, yeah,
quite
yes.
a big guy, and what's the fair point is that for a guy with this shape, it was impossible for him to wear something that looks just nice like you.
Like, come on, like I'm really going for 23 centimeters opening.
Yeah, which for me is a nice starting point, even. And I'm smaller than you, but
Yeah,
I find that very cool,
it
even for
is.
myself.
It is cool.
It's just more breathable and
It's so comfortable.
it's
And
comfortable. It looks
high-waisted
nice.
trousers, you don't need to watch out if your ass is coming out from your
Exactly.
trousers.
And that's a problem that you have apparently.
Like, yes, exactly. I need to go to the tailor to make my trousers longer because I feel like my ass.
You
I was
enter with your
doing
ass first in the shop and like, do something for
no,
me, bro.
because my trousers, like my ass takes so much fabric that my trousers are shorter.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
you
hear you
know,
this.
I'm training a lot of lunges right now. I'm doing a lot of lunges. I'm not doing squats
Yeah, yeah.
because like I had a disc bulge.
Ah, yeah, you are told
So
me that.
I
Yeah.
still need to watch out. You know, I will be 40 in June, and my ass just grows.
Yeah.
And I need to make my and I also I like the trousers to be longer right now.
Yeah, yeah. Fair point. Also, it's the fit. So when you start in the menswear and you are grabbing your essential, so we have been talking about the extreme that is ridiculous, too tight, and so on, and we have given advice to let out a bit the leg, to have a higher rise, and so on. But the fit is super important. Just give yourself space for the future, I would say. Try not to go too short. At least go in the classic way. Go for a single break when it comes to the length of
And
your
that you can
trouser.
sit in your trousers.
Yeah, exactly. Without having it going another point, go with long socks. I mean, people, we are so used to have short socks, and we are so used to and also to feel a bit ridiculous because it's the main stuff. So every time a man is doing something different, the other guys will make fun of him, like, well,
Like longer socks that over the cuff.
yeah, exactly. And they're like, are
But
you
they
wearing
just sit
tights or
there.
something? Like,
No, but they just
bro,
sit there and they're not going down.
exactly. I'm just wearing something that is more comfortable. It's just better, and no one will. If I want to sit, no one will see my hairy legs because I don't want you to see my hairy
Exactly.
legs.
And if you're on a date, just take the socks first.
Yeah, exactly. So she won't see it, and then you can talk
Oh
about it the
Jesus!
next
I
day.
have a story. I don't know why if should I talk. I need to say one story.
No, but now you have to say it.
I was at the gym and one guy was changing, and he just get naked, but he was just in socks, and he just bended himself, and I was like, oh Jesus, man, it's the first time I see man's ass like this close.
Yeah, surprising is that Swedes they are on some point shy, but on the other point, when you are going in the shower and things, they some seems quite fine with their body. I mean, I'm coming from south of France. It's super warm. Most of my days I spent half naked. I was naked all the I mean naked. I was wearing some underwear, but I was naked pretty much all the time.
Yeah, you go to the sauna and go
Yeah,
naked.
exactly. But here it's typical Nordic countries. I don't know the Germans have also this like with
Yeah, I know.
the
I've been at
naked bodies.
the aqua park, the close to the Berlin in the old like Hindenburg fabric or
Yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, and it was like a spa part of it, and and it was like you should be naked there. I thought that okay, maybe I was pretty young and like okay, I will see some good like chicks maybe,
Yeah,
and there
no.
were just old guys.
Exactly. Very disappointing if you expect it. Where I was living next to a naturist camp in south of France, which is one of the biggest naturist camp in Europe. So everyone from Europe is going there, including a lot of German people. And if you're expecting to see anything exciting there, well, rest assured you won't. There's only very weird stuff happening in this kind of place. Naked people, but not the right one, so to speak.
The right ones, the
And
wrong ones.
exactly, but people are on drugs.
Oh no.
My one of my best friend has been working there in a restaurant, and he was seeing crazy stuff. People
Yeah.
on a leash,
Oh,
walking,
it's
and
like Berlin stuff. Okay, but with this, we will end
nothing to
this
do with men's.
subject.
But
Yeah.
just so you
Ah,
know,
okay, so
it's very meaningful. When you don't wear clothes, this is the way you act. Be careful, kids. Wear clothes, otherwise you will end up on a leash in a naturist camp
you
in
know
south of
what?
France.
I need to I need to say something because I was a personal trainer for almost a decade.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of businessmen and how they act in gym clothes at the gym without those suits is so different.
All right.
I could write a book. I think I will
Yeah,
someday.
but important to because that's a fair point as well on how important can be those things is the attitude that you get from wearing clothes that you feel good in them.
Confidence.
Confidence, but you just are a better person. You tend to act better. You are more civil. You are more respectful of the people around you. Something that is quite. Sweden is a peaceful society, so people tend to be some kind of community, you know. So you tend to be careful with your neighbor. You tend to, I don't know. There's this kind of attitude, which, for example, you don't have in France. Dressing better is, I would say, a step towards, but being a better self, I would say. But
It's
this
a
goes
good
with
subject for one episode because
yeah,
I have some things to say about, for example, going for an interview in Sweden.
yeah, yeah.
But with this sentence, we can end the subject of menswear essentials. We will go back to shoes in another episode, but now it's time for recommendations.
Nice. Doesn't work.
No, it's not.
You can add it maybe in post.
Yeah, I don't know
Right.
why. Aha, I know. I formatted the SD.
Ah.
Oh, jeez.
But then you can just add it in post.
I will add it. Yeah, maybe it will. Okay, do you have something to recommend, like a profile or?
Yeah, actually, the other day I was thinking about tuxedos, and I was really into this aesthetic, and I was remembering that I saw a picture online from this Labotique bow tie, something that I mentioned before, and this guy that I've been featuring in many posts. His name is Papa Mansi. And I realized I didn't know that before. So you see, you can like menswear and not knowing things that are super obvious.
Papa Mansi?
Papa Mansi is actually the guy that is also
Can you show
the Daily Mirror. So the Daily Mirror is an account that with a guy that replaces his face with some kind of chicken or something like this.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's quite known actually in this little ground of menswear. And I didn't know that this guy, the Daily Mirror, that was hiding his face, is actually Papa Mansi. And this guy, Papa Mansi, doesn't have so much follower, but the Daily Mirror has a lot. He's a guy that has been evolving in menswear for a long time. And you can take all the pictures of him, featured of him, or he's working with brands sometimes. It just looks super cool. He has always the perfect
Yeah, daily
proportion.
outfits.
Exactly, daily outfits, and is a super inspiration, I would say, for daily outfit and something that is classic, but he has this English flair, quite laid back in a certain way.
Very
I love
casual.
his very casual. I love his way to wear a formal outfit, but in a casual way. You can feel that he breathes himself through those clothing, and just wearing more linen and silk and blend, and you can tell, all right, well, that can be quite cool and laid back to wear this kind of garment. So I would definitely
Yeah,
advise the
sure. A
Daily
lot of
Mirror.
inspiration. I will follow. I
Yeah,
just followed.
is a very cool guy and very inspirational. And if you guys are thinking, okay, let's dive into menswear, but maybe go through a bit laid back way, especially when you don't have the money to buy the full outfits, being a bit more laid back about it by mismatching different type of clothing can be a way, and he's doing that very nicely. So good entrance point, I would say, and good inspiration.
Yeah, cool. I just followed. I will have
Nice. How about you then?
some inspiration. I haven't thought about it, but I think in this episode I will just recommend this Coaxiabolaget website
Yeah,
to
yeah.
look on some really nice shoes. And you know what? I'm so excited because I ordered my first loafer monk pair of
Oh,
shoes.
okay.
Enzo Bonafè, made to order with black polished leather, and the monk
Yeah,
strap
yeah.
will be double monk strap will
Ooh.
be in shark leather.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
That's gonna be very
on
nice.
Blake, so very light
We need
loafers.
to talk a bit more about this off camera because
Mm.
I'm getting excited now.
Exactly, like those shoes. They because Squawk Sebolaget, they have monthly made to orders, so they
Yeah.
need to they have some pair of shoes that they will make if they will have at
Enough.
least four
Yeah.
orders, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and you pay for 50%, and then you pay when it's done after 3 4 months.
Okay.
So hopefully, I will get them on my next summer edition of PT Uomo.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
very cool.
So, guys, it's a wrap. Yeah. 10th episode in a new studio. Guys, hope you like it, and find us on Instagram, Search Yourself, and the podcast on also our website, searchyourselfpodcast.com. And you can write to us with some episode ideas.
Yeah, definitely. And happy birthday to us
Yeah,
then.
exactly. Like, see you guys next time. Hear you guys next time. Bye bye.
See you guys.
Yeah.